Okay, so let's see the practical application we are going to develop now.
So department main form, right? So department number, let's search by department number 10, right? Search. Awesome. See, it's filling it, guys. It's filling it. Let's clear. Let's search with the department which I have not put. Department number 90 I haven't put, right? Awesome, guys. It's working. No department found. Wonderful, wonderful, great, great. You should be really happy now, right? You are learning a lot of things from this channel, right? So we went through all the layers. So when I put 10 and say search, I'm going through all the layers. Starting from the view, we will connect to the controller. Controller will connect to the model, and then use the classes. So in other words, view will connect to the controller, then the controller will connect to the logic. Logic will connect to the DAO, then the DAO will connect to the adapter and get the data, or not, if not, get the null data, whatever it is returned. Then fill the entity object. The DAO will fill the entity object and return the entity object to the entity object or the domain object, whatever you call it, to the logic, and the logic sends it to the controller, and controller decides where to redirect, or in this case just send the data in a wrapped in a DTO, data transfer object, and send it to the view, and then the view displays what is coming.
Okay, so let's continue to develop this application now.
Lesson is database programming, lesson 5D, section D, 5D, ADO.NET, MVC datasets, visual design example, continuation of it. So we'll be using Visual Studio 2019 for practicals and Microsoft Docs for referencing. Let's start it, guys. So prerequisite, it's very important that you'll have to give me a sec. So the prerequisite, you need to know about lesson 5B and C at least, before you do this. So this, because this is lesson 5D of database programming, very important to do it before you look into this video, right? At least lesson 5B and 5C on C# database programming in this channel. You need to know the following, before you touch this. If you don't know any of these, in like, let us say, creating tables, inserting data providers, data sets, MVC, don't look at this first. Look at the previous lessons, right? Especially lesson 5ABC, right? And if last bullet point, if you're not familiar about any of these, guys, once again look at the previous lessons, not only the database programming, the other lessons on this channel as well, right? Okay, cool guys, right? So in this session you will learn to continue the practical implementation of MVC, like in lesson 5C, 5B and 5C, right? We'll be continuing, we'll be further adding a lot of extra things, right? And if you look at the previous lesson 5, the previous lesson 5C, we did the insert part. So in this one we are going to do the delete, search and the display part, right? Okay, my friends. So usual, the lesson plan will have the view, MVC implemented, model view controller. We will be the front end. We will be the front end form, guys. So this still I'm working on the department table. So I will have the department view, front end form. Then the controller for the department is the department controller. You can see the classes. Then the model, the entity class will be the same, the department, right? Well, still in 5 lesson 5C, we did not create the entity class department, because we did not have to use it, but when we continue forward we'll be using it, right? So the logic class, we did it department logic, and the DAO class department DAO, right? We did it in the previous lesson 5C, right? Okay, let's dig into detail, right? So what I want to do is, guys, I want to continue on the previous project, right, on lesson 5C, right? So guys, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a copy of that project and then do some enhancements. Let's make a copy of it now. So lesson 5C, I'm going to make a copy of it, Control C, Control V, guys, right? And then I'm going to modify its name as lesson 5D, right? Okay, it's good progress, right? We'll keep these ones as previous versions, right? Lesson 5D. And let's open this project, my little friends, right? Let's open this. So let me, you have to start Visual Studio, right? As usual. So I have already started. So I'm going to just, make it. Okay, open the project, right? Cool. Lesson 5D, right? Good. It says 5C because it's a copy of the previous one. You don't worry about it, right? And immediately what I would like to do is, once it's loaded, I would like to rename the solution name. Just, rename it as 5D. Okay, are you all ready, guys, for something interesting? Yeah. So first things first, just recall, what should I do first? Okay, of course I have my project, but I need to make sure my database is up and running. I need to make sure that it's not down, for any physical reason. So I just should go to the Server Explorer, and all these are covered in the previous lessons, right? So you have to look at the previous lesson to understand what I'm doing here, right? Okay, I'm connecting to the database, guys, just to see whether the database is up and running, right? So that I don't get any issues in my code, right? So the tables, and if you remember in the last video, I did not took your time. I said that the last department we inserted 50 will be there. Yes, it's there. If you want to have a look at it, let's look at it, right? So that department table, because it's there, so I just stop the video. So we just stop the video so that you don't have to waste your time. So overall, what did we do in the last video? 5C, right? So we wrote code for the department table to insert data. So we used the MVC, and we created all the controller classes for the department. Especially we had a separate data set. Very important, guys. We have two data sets now in this project. One is for the user data set and the department data set. So as we said in the last video, you need to make sure that you have to maintain different data sets logically, right? See, the department 50 housekeeping is there, right? Awesome. That's there, just to show you, right? So looking at the lesson, let's run this. Why not run this, right? Why not run this, and why not insert another data item, right? So admin, of course, if I try to log in as a normal user, all of you know now, right? All of you know, if I try to log in, it's just a normal login form. I have no admin option, so I can't insert a department. But if I log in as an admin, right, we have discussed this, right? If I log in as an admin, click login, my friends. Okay, you get the admin form, click the department. You are going to, it's model, so you can't click out. You have to first close this, then only you can go. Let's put another department. You like to put another department, number 60. Let's come up with the department name. Say procurement, right? Procurement department, right? And say department location is the third floor, right? Okay, guys. So save, right? We did this last class, save success, right? So and it clears and it moves the cursor, right? All looks good, all looks good. So what we have to do now is actually the delete and the search and update, few things like that, right? Okay, my friends, let's see what's going to happen, right? So let's close this. Let's see what data has been inserted. What data has been inserted, right? So if I go into the table, department, where is it? Department table. Show the table. So this should have the data what we inserted now. Awesome. See, guys, you can see the department number 60 procurement is there, right? So the insertion is working, my little friends. Insertion is working, right? So what's next? Let's look at the login form is there, right? And then mainly the admin form, right? From there we went to the department form, right? Okay, awesome, right? How about the delete task, right? So let us say no, how about the search first, right? Let's start with the search, and then let's go ahead with the delete, my friends, right? Let's go ahead with the delete after that, right? So for me to do the search, then what's next? Recall what you have done, right? Think a bit. Thought? Good. What's the answer? Right. To start with search, definitely, guys, you have to start with the data set, right? So we have to go to the data set. Which one? User data set? Nope, because that's user. What's it? Department, right? So the department data set, right? So you go in department. What's next? Think. Of course, my friends. To the adapter, you have to add a new query, right? To the adapter, just add a new query. Let's do it now. Okay, my friends. So in the data set, what I'm going to do is, because definitely as we understand, so when we click the search button, right, so we'll have to connect to the database as we discussed, right, just now. So definitely first we need to have know the method, right? So right click, add query, right? So you add a query, right click, add query, next, right? So it's a select, right? So select query builder, right? Okay, all good. Okay, so you have to select from the select department, where, that's a search, right? Where dpt number equals a dpt number. So I'm going to search by the department number, my friends, right? Execute query. Let's put department number 10. I got department number 10, right? You remember my data. So it's going to bring me the data. Awesome, awesome, guys, awesome. So department number 10, sales, it's coming, right? So it's working, so I know. So let's click OK. Let's click next. So then fill a data table or return a data table. So I prefer to get it return. So I will say get data by. So I know this data is, I'm getting the get department, right? Get department by what? By dpt number, right? So get the department by the dpt number, something meaningful, my friends. Okay, my friends, click next. Awesome. So finish. So now we have the method, right? Get department by the dpt number. It should come here in a little, just it's there, right? And then let's build it as usual. Rebuild the solution. Okay, so now you know what to touch next. So when you have this, immediately you have to go and update the DAO, right? So department DAO, right? So I would put the same method, right? So what? Get department by dpt or department number, right? This is what I want. And because then I'm going to get the department number from this text box, right? Okay, so which means I'm expecting the department number to come, and I want it to return the department, right? I want the DAO to return the department, right? Look at the user DAO, because if you look at the interface of the user DAO, see, when you search for the user, it return the user. This is the domain class or the entity class. So do I have the domain class for department for me to return, right? Let's see, department DAO. I want it to return, but I have not yet created the domain class. So now it's a first time I'm going to create. So the user entity class is just the user class with whatever the attribute. Same, I'm going to create the department entity